How do I deal with the anxiety after I have a bad stuttering experience? Hey guys, my name is Minka, and if you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit the red subscribe button. I make stuttering support videos and health and wellness videos and vlogs. So I just wanted to have this little chat with you guys because recently at massage school, I have been having a few very embarrassing stuttering experiences. I know that many of us who stutter have had these problems, or I don't want to say problems really because I just don't like using that word. But a lot of us, after we have a bad stuttering experience, whether it's in school, whether it's at work or at a business meeting, or whether it's public speaking or wherever it is, we go through these emotions and we have these horrible feelings. We start shaking, we get cold sweats, at least I do, and we just get really, really nervous. And of course, we always hear others who don't stutter who say, oh yeah, I get really nervous too, blah, blah, blah. But when you stutter, it can just be it's like just such a dreadful feeling. It's really hard to describe. And I really try not to make a big deal out of anxiety when after I have a bad stuttering experience, because every time I do, I tend to feel almost worse about myself, you know? And I really will try to stay strong and just not worry about my stuttering after I have a bad experience. Like when I had to do that presentation in my massage therapy class, I was just devastated. I mean, I almost felt like I was about to cry. And it was just so embarrassing. And I just got this feeling like the students in my class almost like didn't want me to talk anymore because they kind of like felt bad for me, or they just didn't want to hear me keep speaking or whatever it was. And I even got that same feeling from my instructor a bit, who was so sweet, so sweet. And it was almost like she kind of, I could almost feel like she kind of felt a little bad for me when I was having trouble speaking. And so, you know, we go through these things and it's like, how can we deal with this anxiety in a healthy way, you know? And, you know, there's probably unhealthy habits that we have all done to deal with anxiety, you know, whatever it is, whether it's drinking a lot or eating excessively, you know, just to numb your feelings, those types of things. And for me, I try to find healthier ways to deal with this anxiety after I have a bad stuttering experience. And having a bad stuttering experience doesn't even have to be like a presentation or anything like that. It can just be going to the store and having to say a word that you get stuck on, or having to introduce yourself, you know? It doesn't have to be a huge thing, like a huge public speaking thing, for instance. How I like dealing with it is I usually do get a little depressed, I'm not gonna lie, especially because when I had to do this presentation, and I'll put a link to the video below where I talk about this presentation that I did in massage school. But I will get depressed, you know. It does help me to talk about it with someone. It helps me to talk about it with you guys. Helps me to talk about it with my spouse. I mean, honestly, it really does help me to talk about it with someone who understands. And I know that not all of us have someone that we can talk to these things about, which is why I like being here on YouTube and be able to be here for you guys, so you can talk to me about these things, because I know before I started YouTube, I didn't have anyone to talk about it with, because, I mean, I had my spouse, but I always thought about those in the world who don't have anyone to talk about and to talk about stuttering with, or the experiences that I would go through, and that I still go through, and that I probably will go through for years to come. I just wanted to make this video just to let you know that you're not the only one who's dealing with major anxiety after a bad stuttering experience, and just know that, you know, it is something that we do struggle with, and you will get through it. And just something else, how I deal with this is, I mean, I realize that it's something that I have to live with, and I just kind of go along with it. So, I mean, I do expect to stutter a lot, even though I try not to think about it. I know, like, I try not to think about whether I'll stutter, you know, if I'm about to do a presentation, or, you know, even just introduce myself and say my name. I really try not to think about my stuttering in that sense, that I will stutter, but usually I do. and I'm kind of used to that now. But when I have to do a presentation or public speaking in any way, I'm honestly like, I still am not used to it, and I probably never will be. Even when I'm like an old lady, I probably will still get major anxiety when I have to do public speaking or that type of thing. So I just wanted to tell you that dealing with anxiety when you have a bad stuttering experience, it is rough, and it can be very rough on your psyche, very rough on you, but just know that you're not alone. I'm not here to, you know, be a cure for stuttering. I'm here for stuttering support. So to support you in your stuttering struggles or whatever struggles that you may have. So that's just what I like doing. I like to help others in that way. So that's one of the main reasons why I have my YouTube channel. But I just wanted to let you know that anxiety is something that does happen to us human beings, and especially us who do stutter, it can be even more so. So please just try and deal with the anxiety in the healthiest way that you possibly can. You know, sometimes I will definitely treat myself, like if I have a bad stuttering experience, I will have a brownie or brownies or food, you know, like to make me feel better, and that honestly does make me feel better much of the time. So it's fine to me, it works for me, you know. Now if I'm like, you know, downing like gallons of ice cream all the time and that type of thing, then that can be kind of an issue. But I mean, you know, if it's just something that can make you feel better, I personally don't see any harm in that. So also spending time doing things I like. I know I've mentioned this in previous videos multiple times, but just doing things that I really like certain hobbies or certain things I like, just makes me feel so much better as well. You know, spending time with my pets, and just coming and talking to you guys, just coming to this online community of others who stutter, really does make a difference for me too. It really does help me to feel better about my stuttering. Because even though you guys might look at me like, oh, you know, I'm like really confident or whatever, and like I don't care about my stuttering, I do. Like, I definitely do care about my stuttering, and it has gotten better as I've gotten older. But I mean, it still does bother me a lot. I still get major anxiety. You know, I still get major anxiety when I'm have to speak in front of a crowd or a classroom, or even just say my name. But I mean, I try to laugh off when I have bad stuttering experiences, but if it's like so bad where I can't even say a word, like where I'm just talking and every word I'm stuttering really badly on, I'm sorry, but it's very hard for me to stay strong at that point and just like brush off my stuttering. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, honestly. So it's just something I just wanted to talk to you about today. And if any of you have had any other, just any thoughts on this topic of dealing with anxiety when you, after you have a stuttering experience, please leave it down in the comment box below, because I would love to know how you deal with your anxiety after you have a bad stuttering experience or a negative stuttering experience, because it would be nice for everyone to read so that we all know that we're not alone in this journey. So anyway, guys, I really hope you like this video. And if you have any other ideas that you would like for me to discuss or talk about regarding stuttering or health or anything like that, please leave it down in the comment box below as well. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos coming up. I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.